So yeah, I'm wearing a sports bra with earmuffs. That's happening right now. My body's hot, but I don't know if it's a separate medical condition or if it's just because of the dissociation, but my body does not warm up on its own, and so the parts that were not sweating, such as my fingers and my ears, I still can't feel them. They're so cold from my jog. So anyways, some other thoughts about self-harm and dissociation and stuff. I think I've never been able to quit self-harming because I could never find an effective coping tool in its place. And the more I can understand the psychology behind my own personal self-harm, the more I can work towards finding a healthy way to cope with whatever's going on and, finally break the cycle, break the habit of, 10 plus years of self-harming. And so, I believe, now that I'm getting to know these different parts of my consciousness, like there wasn't that aspect in trying to deal with self-harm before, but, it's only the emotional parts that ever self-harm. The A and Ps, they're functional. I hear you, microwave. The A and Ps are functional. They don't need to self-harm. They're okay. It's the emotional parts that need it. And so their job in the system is to hold pain. And when we are experiencing overwhelming mental pain, it's their job to cope with that. And, turning my attention towards physical pain is their way of coping. And I'm still understanding that exactly. I'm not sure if it brings them relief or if it brings the Kristin part of me relief, and then it allows me to separate from the emotional part so they can go back to holding the pain on their own without me identifying with it. I'm not entirely sure yet, but it's the emotional parts that need that coping tool to replace self-harm. And so the Kristin part of me and the emotional part of me had a very different experience on that jog. It was completely different. Like part of me enjoyed the sunshine, enjoyed feeling my body moving, enjoyed listening to music, enjoyed the fresh air, being outside, all that. And then these other parts of me were just in this awful state of, oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God, the dry air. Oh my God, my cramps, we're gonna pass out. Oh my God. And it's just such a separate experience, but it's happening at the same time. And so it's very confusing until, you get to the point of learning to identify and differentiate, who's experiencing what. It's almost like my body is so focused on the pain and like recovering from the jog. It's kind of just like, trauma? What trauma? We don't know no trauma. We're not thinking about trauma. What trauma? We're here, right now, in the moment. So even though I'm in physical pain and it's not like I necessarily made progress in processing trauma. I coped with it better than I normally did, or do sometimes. There was a time when I would self-harm out of boredom, and then I was able to cut it down to only when it was necessary to prevent something worse. I'm hoping to get to a place where it's not at all, and moments like this, I feel like it might actually be possible. So taking this moment to feel encouraged along my healing journey. Thanks so much for joining me for it.